Good morning, students. In last lecture, we have discussed about different types of infectional disease. In that, we have categorized that disease according to their causes. Some disease were caused by bacteria, some were caused by virus, some is caused by fungi, some by protozoans or single-celled organisms, and some by multicellular organisms or worms. So in that categorization, we have understood that why we have categorized it, because of their work, right? Because of their property. So we can prepare such type of medicines which may affect to different disease according to its causes. Also, we have taken concept of what is antibiotic and how antibiotic works. Antibiotic kills the cell wall of the bacteria, and so we can get rid from the bacterial disease. In that diseases, we have also understand that how it is spread. Some are airborne disease, some are waterborne disease, some are vector-borne disease, and some is spread by different sexual intercourses, right? By that is called STD, sexually transmitted disease. Now today we are going to understand that in that infectional disease, how they affects to our body, how we can find the symptoms of that disease. So simple. First of all, if we talk that how that disease caused to us, so their pathways are different, right? Some bacteria or some virus, from where it enters into our body, according to that the symptoms we can see and the effect is seen. If we talk about airborne disease, and if we talk about different disease which is caused by air, which is known as airborne disease. So generally airborne disease, it will get into our body by nose. From that nose, by pharynx, larynx, and it will be sent to our lungs, right? So see, the disease is spread by air, it enters into our body by nose, and it affects to our lungs. So such type of disease which is airborne disease, which enters into our body by nose, which affects to the lung, and generally we have different examples of it. Here we can take tuberculosis or TB. TB is an example of disease which enters through nose and it affects to lungs. Okay, if we think that the another disease which is also spread by air, it enters into our body by mouth. So it when it enters into our body by mouth, so simple, it may affect to our digestive system. So the disease which is spread due to air, it enters into our body by mouth, so it may cause typhoid to us, or other disease which is related to our digestion, which is related to our stomach. There are also some disease which is caused by virus. So if it affects to our liver, so it may cause jaundice to us, right? So see here, the virus, it will affect to the liver. So the symptoms we will see, generally it will be of jaundice. So jaundice is a disease which affects to our liver. So here we can say that different disease, they have a particular target. They will enter into our body and they will target that particular organ. Okay, if we talk about HIV, by that AIDS is caused. Now understand that AIDS is not any type of disease. First of all, AIDS is just a situation in which our immune system, it becomes weak, and as our immune system becomes weak, different diseases take place in our body. So AIDS is a situation, it's a viral disease in which our immune system becomes weak and different diseases take place in our body. So this way, different diseases have their different sources and they are entered into our body and they will target some specific organs and specific tissues. Also, if we talk about malaria, so malaria, it is a vector-borne disease, right? It is spread by mosquitoes. So by the bite of mosquitoes, malaria, it causes to us bacteria of malaria, it enters into our body, it dissolves with our blood, and it is caused, right? So different bacteria, different virus, different protozoans, they will have different sources and they have different targets in our body. According to that target, it will affect, and they will have different type of symptoms. So here we can see that tuberculosis, TB, typhoid, jaundice, AIDS or malaria, they all have different targets, and according to that targets, it affects to our body, and due to that targets only we are able to find the symptoms. And some general symptoms is there. If we talk about malaria, so there will be a fever, right? So organ specific and tissue specific, we can say it as organ specific. Here tuberculosis is directly caused to lungs, so that will be our organ specific, or some disease are there which directly affects to a specific tissues, so that is called tissue specific disease, right? So we can understand the concept of organ specific disease and tissue specific disease. Now during this entry of different type of disease in our body, what happens? Our immune system, it will become active, and as our immune system become active, it will recruit different cells to kill causes of disease, right? So the recruitment of cells by which our immune system will become active to kill the causes of the disease, so that is called inflammation. That will be known as inflammation. So in inflammation, what will happen? Our immune system, it will recruit the cells, and that cells will become active, and what that cells will do, it will fight against the bacteria and the virus which enters into our body, which spread disease. So our immune system, it recruits our cells to kill the bacteria and viruses, or to kill the causes of the disease. That is called inflammation. So this way we have the concept of organ specific disease, tissue specific disease, and what is called inflammation. In inflammation, our immune system will become active. It will recruit the cells to kill the causes of the disease. Again, bignose, the TB, the bacteria or viruses of TB, it enters into our body by nose and it affects to lung, right? So we can say that TB, it will give us the harmful effect which is at lungs. Typhoid, the bacteria and the viruses of typhoid, it enters into our body by mouth. Jaundice, it directly affects to our liver. Due to HIV virus, the disease which is called AIDS. AIDS is not only a disease, it's a situation in which different disease take place in our body, because during AIDS our immune system becomes weak, and even a normal fever can be resulted into pneumonia, right? So if we talk about malaria, so it is caused by bite of mosquito, and that will directly affect to the blood. By blood, it will be spread overall in our body. During all these activities, our immune system will become active, and it will recruit our cells to kill that causes of disease. So that is called inflammation. As we discussed about different disease, now how to get treated from that disease? For that we will have principle of treatment. What is the principle of treatment? If any disease is caused to us, so simple, if any disease is caused to a person, he or she will suffer from different type of uncomfort, and if we want a proper treatment over that disease, what we can say? So there are only two ways to get treatment. The first thing is, the effects which is caused by the disease, we have to decrease that effect. So first is decrease the effect of disease. So in this, what we can do? Suppose if one is suffering from malaria, so, and in malaria he or she is having fever, so what we can do? we can have different ways. We can do its treatment in such a way that he or she will get rid from the fever, because fever is the effect which is caused by malaria, right? In malaria we can have fever. So the first one is we can decrease the effect of the disease. Whatever effect is caused due to that disease, we can decrease it. This is the first way in principle of treatment. And the second way is to kill the causes of disease. In another way, we can directly kill the causes of disease, right? See, this both will be considered in principle of treatment. As we discussed, that decrease the effect of disease means if any disease caused to us and whatever the effects are seen, like fever, like cold, right, pain. So if we do a treatment in such a way that we can decrease this effect, so that is the first principle. And second principle is we can kill the bacteria, we can kill the virus, we can kill the protozoans by which that disease is caused to us. So in second, we will directly affect to the causes of disease. Suppose it is a bacterial disease, so we can use antibiotic medicine. If we talk about bacteria, so we can use antibiotic medicine. If the disease is caused by virus, so we can use antiviral, right, medicines. By this antibacterial medicine or antibiotic medicine and antiviral medicine, we will directly affect to the causes of the disease, and this way we can have treatment over the disease. We know very well that for bacterial disease we are using antibiotics, and for viral disease we are using antiviral medicine, right? Not antiviral medicine can be used for antibacterial, and only if the disease which is caused by virus and also there is some bacterial infection, so in that case antibiotic will get relief to us. Antiviral disease is a little bit difficult to make in comparison to antibiotic disease, because almost the bacteria will have a similar pathway. So a single antibiotic medicine can be used for more than one bacterial disease, while virus have the different pathways. So not every antiviral medicine is used for different type of viral disease, right? So antiviral disease is a little bit difficult to prepare in comparison to antibiotic disease because of the different characteristics and different pathway of viruses. Now, as we have a concept and the principles of treatment, we must also know that treatment is done after the disease is caused to us, but always we know that prevention is better than care. So we will have another one, that is principle of prevention. In principle of prevention, what we will do? Again, treatment is done after the disease is caused to us, but what we can do, we can prevent ourselves from the disease before it's caused. So in principle of prevention, what we will have? First of all, understand that how the disease caused to us. As earlier we studied that some diseases are airborne disease, some are waterborne disease, some are vector-borne disease, and some are STD, that is sexually transmitted disease. So what we can do for its prevention? Simple. Airborne disease is caused due to polluted air, right? So we must keep our atmosphere clean. If our atmosphere is clean and pure, so there are less chances to cause airborne disease. Similarly, if around us the water is clean and water is purified, right, so there is less chances to cause waterborne disease. For vector-borne disease, we have to use different ways, like the vector-borne disease like malaria, it is caused by mosquitoes, right? So we have to keep our food close, right? We have to use such type of sprays which keeps mosquitoes away from our body, so we can also get rid from the vector-borne disease. In sexually transmitted disease, we have to take care, right? But generally this disease is seen in adults, right? So for us, the prevention, the ways are, we can keep our environment clean. Second thing, if this type of bacteria and viruses is around us, so by a proper diet, right, by different type of using body supplementary, by using different type of body supplementaries, we can prevent our body from the disease, right? So this will be our principle of prevention, in that if our environment is clean, if we are having a proper diet, if we are using the body supplementary, and if we will increase our immune system ability, right, disease may not cause to us. Also, the another concept of it is vaccination. Now, what is vaccination? Generally, we have noticed that many small childs, they are having vaccines of different diseases, right? So what happened during vaccination? See, vaccination is a process in which we are making full to our immune system. Our immune system is getting full. Okay, suppose if we take concept of polio. So in vaccine of polio, what we are doing, by which polio is caused, that microbes are enter into our body. So our immune system will get habited with that with the microbes of polio. Now, as our immune system is habited with that microbes of polio, so when actually the microbes of polio will enter into our body, our immune system will ready to fight against it. It is just like our cricket match. As we go into on pitch to play, before that we are doing practice, right? So we are getting aware of such type of disease. We are making our immune system aware by using vaccination. By vaccination, we are keeping full our immune system. Again, this is very important concept of vaccination, right? In vaccination, what we are doing, we are making our immune system full. As we have taken example of polio, we can take another disease also, in that we will enter the microbes by which the disease is caused. So our immune system will get habited from that microbes. So when actually that microbes will enter into our body, our immune system will be able to fight over it, right? So this way the concept of vaccination is also important. So different diseases, in that we have understood about infectional disease and non-infectional disease. If that disease is caused to us, so we have to do treatment of it, and in that treatment we will have these two principles, in that we can directly decrease the effect of the disease like fever and cold, or we can directly kill the causes of the disease. We can directly kill the microbes of that disease. And before disease is caused to us, we will have different principles of prevention, in that how the disease are spread, right? We can go through it, we can keep our environment clean, we can have a proper diet, we are using different body supplementaries by which proper amount of nutrients is in our body, our immune system is strong, and by the vaccination we can prevent our body from different type of disease. So this way, here in our chapter, why do we fall ill, that also we understood, and why and how we can get prevented from it, how we can get treated from it, that also we understood. So this way we have completed our chapter number 13, why do we fall ill.